Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Sports Talk with me, Rico. What's going on, man? Jets fans, what's up, man? What's going on, Jets fans? Hey, with everything that's going on, man, as a Jets fan, you know, I paid money to get to put banners up, flying all over the stadium to get Robert Saleh out of the building, man. This guy is just terrible. The worst record in the NFL in terms of coaching. He haven't done anything. This guy, this guy's trash. The defense, the defense is defense is amazing, right? To give up 10 points last week, we lost the game. It's not just the offense is not in sync. You can't just blame Nathaniel Hackett anymore. Robert Saleh did everything he could to blame Nathaniel Hackett last time. To say, hey, it was Nathaniel Hackett. He was trying to get him fired, which is why you see the tension between Robert Saleh and Aaron Rodgers. You see them on a sideline, even in practice. You see players and coaches have, the quarterback usually have a great rapport with the coaches, vice versa. These guys walk past each other with no communication. The only time you see a gesture is when the cameras are on. You know what I mean? When the cameras are on, so Aaron Rodgers does have zero respect for Robert Saleh. Zero. Zero respect. And right now, a lot of the players don't respect Robert Saleh either. You know what I mean? So because you see it, that a lot of penalty. Yes, defense. Anytime you score 10, defense allow 10 points, you should win those games. Anytime your defense allow 10 points, you should automatically win those games. And the disconnect, there's nothing there. And right now, the Jets they're going to London on Sunday. They lose this game. You thinking Robert Saleh was on a hot seat? They lose this game. Patriots have a meeting on their hand right now in the locker room. This will be another one. Because the team looking at it, we have a defense that can help us win games. But the offense can't do anything. Yes, Robert Saleh went to ownership to fire Nathaniel Hackett. And management, Woody Johnson, Christopher Johnson, and Joe Douglas said, "No, we're not going to fire Aaron Rodgers' best friend." You know what I mean? You as a head coach got to make it work. You have to what have you done? Right? You got to do something. And he's not doing anything. He's walking around like he's a floor general, do whatever. He's an idiot. Robert Saleh's an idiot. He can't do anything. There's no adjustment. Yes, okay. As a head coach, it's not just the defense. Okay, you're a defensive coordinator. Auburn have the defense. What are you doing with the offense? What are you doing with the special team? You have to be a CEO. You got to be able to dictate what's going on. You got to be able, to know what's going on, right? It's like now, you got to know. Okay, let's say you're in IT. You're the CEO of the company. You don't have to know. You don't have to know the technical part when dealing with IT, but you got to be able to know what's going on to communicate with IT. To know, okay, I need this, I need that, to be able to communicate. Yes, I don't do the technical part, but I understand what's going on. You have to be able to do that. So there's a lot of disconnect right now with the players and Robert Saleh. Yes, Robert Saleh tried to get Nathaniel Hackett fired because he wanted to blame him. To say what Gary Wilson can do. Zach Wilson couldn't do X, Y, and Z because of Nathaniel Hackett. Christopher Johnson said, "Wait a minute, Nathaniel Hackett just got hit. You've been hit with him, with Zach Wilson. What have you done? You know what I mean? What have you done?" Oh well, he's a player. He's a head coach that blame players, blame other people instead of himself. Robert Saleh never blamed himself. He always pointed fingers. Oh, well, I could have done this if this person did this. If this, dude, you are the head coach. And those conversations going back to Nathaniel Hackett, right? They go back to the Nathaniel Hackett, and and Nathaniel Hackett also going back to Aaron Rodgers, telling Aaron Rodgers these conversations. Aaron Rodgers showing his frustration. Players are now talking to Aaron Rodgers, like, what's going on? And Aaron Rodgers saying, wow, this is what Robert Saleh, So now these conversations going in. So the locker room, they know what's going on. They know that Robert Saleh is a snake. You know what I mean? They know that Robert Saleh is a snake. So he's not that's when the relationship is not dead. But right now, Robert Saleh needs to be pushing. He needs to be pushing for Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams is two choices right now: the Saints, the Jets. The Buffalo Bills are even on the Buffalo Bills try to jump into for the Devontae Adams. Kansas City Chiefs jumping for Devontae Adams. New England Patriots, for Devontae Adams. The Commanders jumping for Devontae Adams. So all of them, pushing for him. But this is the time where Robert Saleh should be pushing for Devontae Adams to give Aaron Rodgers more weapon. Where you could say, well, Aaron Rodgers, we give you weapon, we did this, we did that, or, to take some pressure off him. But right now, the way it's looking, it's not looking good for the for the Jets with Robert Saleh, because now you have all the weapon, all the tools. He can't do it. He doesn't know what he's doing. The game management, all the stuff. He looked lost. Why is it that Breece Hall 10 carry for 4 yards, and you got Braylon Allen on the sideline? I don't know what's going on with Breece Hall, but the holes are there. He's not seeing it. You carry the ball 10 times. 10 times. 4 yards? It's ridiculous. You were supposed to be a premier running back. It's a contract year. How am I going to give you a contract? You can't even do anything. So it is tough. It's a tough process. So we're gonna see that. But anyway, with the way it's looking right now, I from what I'm hearing, Christopher Johnson allegedly met with Mike Vrabel. Christopher Johnson, he's a co-owner of the Jets. That's Woody Johnson's brother, right? When Woody Johnson was the ambassador under the Trump administration in London, Christopher Johnson was running the show. Christopher Johnson was the one that hired Robert Saleh, right? Allegedly, well, I'm not gonna say allegedly, and I can't even say who, but from what I'm hearing, Christopher Johnson have met with Mike Vrabel. They had dinner together at an undisclosed location, right? They had dinner together. It was a private thing. It was him, Joe Douglas, and Mike Vrabel, right? And the head scout. So you know what I mean? So the four of them had they had lunch together and they had dinner. So there was they had lunch and they had dinner. So there was a 2-day event with Mike Vrabel. They met together and they had lunch. You know what I mean? At a private yacht. They had his yacht, whatever, at Christopher's yacht, and dinner. So 2 days. For 2 days, they host them for 2 days. You know what I mean? They're not gonna host you for 2 days. You know what I mean? For nothing. Just to have a conversation? Come on, man. Now, the Tennessee Titans made a mistake. They let Mike Vrabel go. They made a mistake, but that would be an opportunity for the Jets to get a coach like that, a no nonsense type of coach. The Jets defense, anybody could come in and do that. I don't think Mike Vrabel will let Albrecht walk. He will let Albrecht stay as the DC. You know what I mean? You get a player, you get a former player and head coach like Mike Vrabel on the Jets staff. Man, you saw what he did with the Tennessee Titans. He made them relevant. Now you have Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. You know what I mean? You keep Nathaniel Hackett, of course. You don't do anything like that. But you come in and you bring life to that team. You tell Breece Hall, sit down. Bill and Allen, come up. You have Devontae Adams. You know what I mean? Garrett Wilson's no longer the one. He's no longer the wide receiver one. He's not showing that anymore. There's no connection. You know what I mean? Giants receiver Garrett Wilson is no longer the top receiver in New York. He's no longer the top receiver in New York. That's in the Giants squad now. You know what I mean? But I'm not blaming Robert Saleh for Garrett Wilson miscues, but still, as a head coach, what is the game plan? What's the transition? Okay, we're losing first half, or we winning, whatever it is. What is the game plan for the second half? What are you doing? There's nothing there. He looked lost because he doesn't know what he's doing. He does not know what he's doing. So right now, Mike Vrabel, for 2 days, private event, private lunch, private dinner, 2-day event. Christopher Johnson, Joe Douglas, the head scout, and Mike Vrabel, for 2 days, they had lunch with him, they had conversation. He came back the next day, had dinner with them, had conversation. So at that point, I'm sure the lunch was to gauge his interest on the Jets. I think that's what it is. The first time was a lunch. Let's do lunch and gauge your interest on the Jets. Are you interested in coming here? If an opportunity, which are open, they didn't say, "Are we firing Robert Saleh?" They wanted to gauge, what's your interest? So day one, they got Mike Vrabel's interest on the Jets because he looked at the landscape. He told them the plays. He was edging everything out. According, I said, I'm not gonna say where I got it from, but I'm just saying he was putting everything out. Mike Vrabel was able to put everything out. How the Jets offense is running, what he would do if that was him. If he was the head coach, how he would spark the offense. That's number one. Number two, the relationship with Aaron Rodgers. He is a former player who played against Aaron Rodgers. Who they know each other pretty well. How he would put set up the offensive line to help Aaron Rodgers. Now you see Aaron Rodgers running or doing all that stuff, right? To bring the old Aaron Rodgers back, the freedom, right? I'm not saying Aaron Rodgers doesn't have freedom now, but I'm saying to protect him. 3, how to put the running backs in a position to be successful. What he did with Derrick Henry to make Derrick Henry the player that he is now. Number 4, the receivers. How you would work with the receivers to make sure the receivers can, to be successful, to put them in a position to be successful. You know what I mean? Number 4, how you would set up the edge rushers. The guy was a defensive player. He was a defensive player with the Patriots. How you would be, put the players, because you saw what he did. The defense they have at Tennessee with the Titans, that's his scheme, right? How you would put the Jets in a position to be successful, because now there's opportunity. You could get pressure. You could get sacked with scheme. You could get sacked with with technique, right? Technique, schemes, and also so what he would put the players in a position to be successful. So they did that. Day 2, it was game plan, right? Game plan from week to week. The guy came with a playbook. Mike Vrabel came in with a playbook. So day 1 was to gauge where he is, if he would be interested, if the position for the Jets were to be open, if he would take it, and he was, So yes, he would be the next head coach for the Jets. Now, day 2, they invited him for dinner at the yacht. He was able to sit down. He came with a playbook, designed plays to tell them, this is what the Jets have done. This is what they could do better. And this is what he would do if he was the head coach. He give them. There was a PowerPoint on, there's an 85-inch television on our yacht. He plugged his laptop in to show Christopher Johnson, Joe Douglas, the head scout, to show them what he would do. So this is a man who's ready to do this. So as a Jets fan, I'm excited. Now, do I want the Jets to lose in England? No, I don't. But to get Robert Saleh out of there, to get him fired, to bring in Mike Vrabel, I would do that. I don't want Mike Vrabel to go to the Eagles. You know what I mean? We're gonna talk about that next. But still, at the end of the day, with the way it's looking, man, you know what I mean, Mike Vrabel will be the next head coach for the New York Jets. All right, peace out. I'm excited about that.